What about challenges? What challenges didn't I expect? Well, what challenges did I expect? What expectations did I have of my life ever? And I sometimes wonder about how looking at my life from the inside, it looks both aimless and well plotted. And there's a bit of a contradiction there, but then we all live in states of contradiction, no question about that. I remember the original idea of career path, for example, the challenge of finding a career that matches my talents and my skills, the challenge of mapping out a pathway in a career. Well, I didn't do any of that ever, and I certainly didn't pick up the idea of career path or implement the idea of career path when I changed up my life to integrate recovery into it. So career path was one of those challenges. Not that I didn't expect, but that I've never expected and I've never paid any attention to. And how do I navigate it? Well, I suppose the way that I navigate the challenge of career is, first of all, the fundamental question: what am I trying to achieve? I'm trying to achieve my mission. There's no question about that. I want to be useful. I want to exercise my talents. I want to be authentic and so forth. How do I do that? Well, at some points in my life, doing that involved waitressing. And I learned a very great deal from waitressing. Um, Back in the days when I was auditioning to be a drunk, back in the days when I was a drunk, now in these days when I'm not a drunk, I've had whole periods that were very productively devoted to being a waitress. But being a waitress does not appear on my LinkedIn profile, and it doesn't appear on my professional resume anywhere. So, so we're holding those balances all the time, I think, um, and looking for opportunities to meet our personal missions while paying the bills, because that's the second piece of what are we trying to achieve. We're trying to achieve, or I'm trying to achieve, financial stability and a sense of living in abundance that includes paying my bills when they're due, not 5 years later. I know what that's like, and I've done that too, and I ain't doing that again. The other piece that's always been a challenge for me, or an opportunity, or an adventure for me, has been geography. I was born into a city. I'm a city girl. I realized at some point in my late teens that, that was about all I knew, that I really did not know very much of Ireland. So I made a very conscious effort to start um, exploring the country. It's a small country, it doesn't take a whole heap. And I made a conscious effort to find job opportunities in cities other than my hometown. So I had different experiences of the country. And that was really interesting. But the truth of it is, my eyes were always on New York City. I always wanted to come here. I always wanted to live here. And the challenge is how to do that in a way that supports my mission and in a way that supports my bill paying. And that's ongoing. Do I see myself living out the rest of my days in New York City? I don't know. Do I see myself being somewhere else, for the next 10 years? I don't know. And that, I think, is the other piece, the other challenge in life, is responding to the challenge of choice. If it's a life full of infinite richness and variety, as my friend Peter says, I really do have choices. many choices, and I must take responsibility for the choices that I do exercise. So for right now, and really for most of my life, how I've been navigating all of that is by finding the energy in me, the energy in people, the energy in places, the energy in things. Am I energized here? If I'm not energized here, if I'm only so energized here, well, then maybe I'm reverting to living in that scarcity model where I'm putting the value of the paycheck above the value of the other part of my mission. So I have to pay attention to that, and I have to stay with the mission, which includes paying the bills.